Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. So this is video number 2. This video today is going to be a glow up with me type video. And in this video I'm going to dye my hair, I'm going to fake tan, and I'm going to show you my everyday makeup routine that I've had so many questions on, and I felt so bad not doing it sooner, but I feel like this would be the perfect time to kind of include this into a video. So I hope you enjoy it. As always, make sure you are subscribed, make sure you like this video, and yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, so step number 1 is, oh my god, I've got the itchiest nose. So I can't really itch my nose properly anymore. Got home from this night out, not really a night out because we're not doing on nights out at the moment, and my nose piercing fell out, and I literally just had like a stud in my nose, and it fell out, and I was, oh for fuck's sake, how am I going to find this when I can literally only see it with one eye? And I didn't have my glasses on, I was drunk, and I was just like, right, we're not going to find it. It's still somewhere in my car at the moment, but oh well. And then I went into my drawer, I found this ring that I'd wanted to put in my nose for the longest time, but it just seemed that every single time I put it in I'd literally cry even more because it was so sore. But then miraculously this night literally did it. I woke up the next morning and I had the ring in my nose, and I was like, well, that worked out, I guess. Anyway, so yeah, I can't really itch my nose properly anymore because it like, just gets in the way, and I'm like too scared to touch it in case it like falls out. Is that too much information? Yeah. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to do is dye my hair. Now as you can see right now, my hair is what they call a hot mess. It's not a vibe. I'm not here for it at all whatsoever in any way, shape or form. It looks horrible. I had that problem where like as soon as my hair goes into the sun for like 3 days, it's like the hair dye just evaporates. Yeah, and it just leaves my head. The first part to this glow up will be dyeing my hair. This is the hair dye that I use like religiously. I don't really use any other one, but the result I get from it is like always the one I really like, and it lasts in my hair for so long. So I'd say, I mean, it doesn't say that long, but like I'd say like once every month I do this to my hair, which is fine, I don't mind. And it's so easy, it's so quick, and I always just get a result that I'm always so happy with. So, first thing I like to go and do is put the gloves on my hands. Now I don't know if I want to be wearing this t-shirt, because I just got this, and it's white, and it's Nike, and I don't want to ruin it. This is not okay how I'm looking. Is it? No, it's just not acceptable. Anyway, so the first thing that I like to go in and do is I basically pop the little seal, which I've already done, and I'm not even kidding, I literally just pop it with the head of this and literally go, then it pops. Don't know how correct that is, so don't follow it if you don't think it's correct. And then literally what you do is I don't know if this is probably a good idea doing this on my bed, but here we are. If my mum is watching this, I'm sorry, mother. Okay, I've got this dye on my hand right now, and I'm literally just going to put it in my hair. Quickly. I don't know why I'm just sitting here staring at it. Okay, and there's not really any way I like to do it. I literally just like to go and smother it on my head. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go in ahead and do, what? That didn't make sense. The next thing I'm going to go ahead and do, there we go, is I'm going to apply some fake tan. Now, fake tanning honestly makes the world of difference to me and how I'm feeling about myself and whatnot. If you're ever feeling down, I feel like anyone will agree, if you just slap on some fake tan, you instantly just feel better, you know. So the tan that I use and have used for now the longest time is the St. Moritz one in dark, and I use a Bondi Sands mitt, and I honestly feel like the mitt makes the world of a difference. Having a good mitt and investing in a good mitt is going to really make the difference to the application of your tan. So if you're thinking, why does my tan never look good, why does my tan always look a bit streaky, there we go. Why does the tan always look a bit streaky, then maybe that is the answer. Maybe you need to invest into a new mitt, and that was definitely the problem for me for quite some time, and then I invested in a good mitt and it now makes the world of a difference. And yeah, so the way that I go ahead and do my fake tan is in the shower. I'll usually shower before, and then obviously I'll shower the morning after because I usually tan in the night time. But I'll usually go in the shower before and I'll exfoliate my body using a Saint-Tropez exfoliator, and I love that, and I feel like it's like a glowing one, so like as you exfoliate, it like makes your skin, it like leaves your skin feeling really like glowy and like rejuvenated and healthy and soft and smooth and just everything perfect, you know. And then I'm going to come out the shower and I'm going to moisturise my whole body, because if you're applying fake tan and you haven't moisturised your body, if you're like me where I've got like really weird like dry patches on my body, like I've got like a dry patch like on like just above my armpit, I've got some on like the side of my leg. Don't think I'm weird, it's just normal, isn't it? So I make sure those areas in particular are really moisturised, and obviously I'm applying moisturiser to areas where the tan is going to stick to a lot more, so like your hands, your feet, your ankles, the backs of your legs, your knees, your elbows, things like that is so important. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and apply the fake tan. Obviously, for good reason, I'm not going to film myself fake tanning because it is requiring me getting down to very minimal amounts of clothing. So I'm going to do that off camera, but I've taken after clips. I didn't take before clips because I forgot, and I don't know about you, but I hate looking at my naked body, pale, no clothes on. It's just not a vibe. Please tell me I'm not the only one. Good morning, it is a new day, we are fresh-faced. I'm now tanned. I forgot to tan one of my hands, which is great, so we have one hand looking darker than the other. If that's not something Anna would do, then I don't know what is. So yeah, it is a new day, and I feel like this is going to be the more exciting part of the video, because this is where I'm going to do my everyday kind of makeup routine, what I apply on my skin before I do my makeup and all that kind of good stuff. And I've had so many questions from people asking how I do my makeup, especially how I do my eyeliner, so all these questions will be answered in this video, which is exciting. First things first is I like to go in obviously with some, I need to stop hitting myself on the face, it's so annoying. Yeah, so the first thing that I like to go in and do is obviously apply some skincare. Now, skincare is so important when it comes to applying makeup to your face. If you're just not doing skincare and you're always finding that like your foundation's never really like sitting right in your face, like the application of your foundation and your makeup's just never like looking as good as you know it probably could look, honestly try some of these products that I'm going to mention today and see how they work for you. Obviously I know everyone's skin types are different. I'm not a professional, I'm not a technical person when it comes to this, but this is what works for me, so if this works for you also, then great. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to go in with my favourite face mask. Now this is just from Boots. It is a cucumber face mask, and I actually use, that was so close to my lip, and see this is what happens when I don't wear my glasses. Things just don't turn out well. I use the face wash that is the same brand as this face mask, and I honestly swear by that face wash. It is the only face wash I'll ever use, and it's so good, and I feel like that smell of like cucumber makes the world of a difference, because it just feels like you're just putting something fresh on your skin. It doesn't smell like chemicals, it doesn't smell like it's gonna cause damage to your skin. Do you know what I mean? When you get some face masks, it's just like, holy hell, what the hell is in that? So I thought this could be quite a good time to answer some questions. I asked people to ask me questions like a month ago now, and then I never actually ended up using them, so I'm going to use some of them today, and then I also had some that people had sent in a few days ago, so I'll answer some of them as well. So I feel like we've got quite like a good amount of questions to answer. Favourite memory? Oh, that's such a nice question. I honestly feel like there's one that just sticks to mind and like comes to mind whenever I think of this question, and I think it would genuinely have to be like, so I'm 20 years old, I've done a few things in my life, I've been to some amazing places, travelled with my family and whatnot, and that's all been like a great memory in a whole. So I would definitely say that, because those are just so special and precious and things that I'll probably remember forever. But just like one specific thing, I would think that when my mum came out of hospital, after being in hospital for like 2 months or something, yeah, she came out of hospital, and it was like the first time like she like saw my dog and stuff, and it was just so cute. If she lets me, I'll put the video in on the side because it's so sweet, and I feel like I can just, even though it happened like 3 years ago now, since then, I still can like see it so like vividly in my head, and I feel like that is obviously so precious and special, because if I'm still remembering it now, then I'm obviously going to remember it forever. Yeah, I hope she doesn't mind me saying that. I'm sure she won't, but yeah, no, that is definitely like my favourite, or one of my favourite memories. I just realised how stupid I look. Anyway, what is your biggest fear? Okay, right, my fears are a bit weird. Like I don't really know how to like talk about the fears, to be honest, because I literally can't talk about one thing because I'm not even sure it's a fear. It's genuinely like a phobia, but I genuinely do have a phobia of snakes. One thing that I always think of when I think of like my phobia of snakes is I went to Thailand, and oh my god, it was so bad. We basically went on this like boat, and it was like a really low down boat. Like genuinely, if I like leant over it with my hand, like went like this over the side of the boat, I could touch the water. Like, oh my god, genuinely gives me shivers. I can't talk about it. This is the stuff that happens in my nightmares, okay? And basically, oh my god, see what it's doing to me? Right, okay, I'm just gonna say it quickly. I genuinely can't use it. Okay, so we went around this corner and all around this guy's neck was a snake. Like a flipping massive snake, like chunk. It was horrible. Like genuinely, like this is the stuff I was seeing in my nightmares for like 12 years, finally coming to life, and it was horrifying. Anyway, and then I literally screamed, like I fully screamed. I was shaking, I was crying. Okay, I'm a 20-year-old woman at this point. I was crying, it was awful. Everyone was looking at me, and this guy, he was like wheeling us around in this really small boat. He thought I was like really excited to go and see this snake, so he was like veering this boat over to go and see the snake, and it was like I was getting and I was on the side nearest to like where the snake was. It was awful. It was honestly horrific. There's been so many times like I've had things with snakes and it's just like ruined such great experiences. Like I went to one of the 5 wonders of the world, which was the Grand Canyon. Yeah, I must have been like 7 or 8. Yeah, so I mean this phobia has been like present in my life for some time. And yeah, so we got into this helicopter. I was so excited. It was like amazing. And then we landed, and the first thing the guy says was, "Watch out for the rattlesnakes." And that was it. I didn't get out. And one other fear that I say I have is I genuinely have like a fear of sponges. Don't laugh. I know it's weird. I know it's just weird. Yeah, well, I have a fear of sponges. Now, I once told my best friends this and they burst out laughing at me, so I can only imagine what people are doing behind the camera right now. But yeah, I do have a fear of sponges, and it's just like they do something like, see, whenever I think about biting into it, and I know you're probably thinking, why the hell would you bite into a sponge? I don't know, but if you were to ever bite into a sponge, that feeling makes my teeth feel so weird. Even like biting into like a peach blender. Did you see what I just did to me? Okay, so first of all, makeup. Right, so the first thing I go in and do is I take another Ole Henriksen product, which, as you can see, there's like nothing left. I can tell if I'm not wearing this, like my foundation will look so different. It's just unreal to apply it like just before you put your foundation on. Just again because it has something to stick to. It's really nice and thick, but like not thick in a way that it's like sticky and like not nice feeling. But this is just unbelievable. It obviously is on the more expensive side. I definitely feel like it's something worth investing into because it really does make the world of difference when it comes to applying your makeup. The next thing I like to go in with is another Ole Henriksen product, and this is the Banana Bright Face Primer. Again, this is very loved in my makeup bag. I use this again every single day. And yeah, I love this, and I only really apply this to the areas that I feel need a bit more brightening. So it doesn't go all over the face like the Sea Rush Brightening Gel Cream does. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to go in with is my foundation. So this is the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 290, 290. Take it how you please. So the next question is, what fake tan do you use? I feel like my all-time favourite foundation is my St. Moritz foundation, shade Dark. Yeah, that's what I use all the time. That's the one I used in this video. I used the Isle of Paradise tan for a while, and that was also really good. Right, sorry, the lighting keeps on changing. Sometimes like the wind gets too much, so I have to like shut my curtains and just shut the window. I don't really know what that does, but I thought it would help, but it just didn't. And then I'm going to go in with my favourite concealer, which is the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Beige. This is like my favourite concealer ever. I've tried so many concealers, I feel, and nothing ever really compares to this. Now, I learned this little hack on TikTok. Yes, I am obsessed with TikTok, if you didn't know already. And basically what you do is you just put a little bit, I mean this is not exactly a little bit, you put a bit in the like inner corners of your eyes and then focus some more of the product on like the outer perimeter of your eye, because it saves so much product that I used to do the full on triangle underneath your eye. But honestly, try this because I feel like it just looks so much better. And I just go in with a beauty blender that I couldn't be bothered to wet, so it's not big. That sounded very odd. Best place to shop for bras, and I don't think I'm a very good person to ask this question to, because I don't really wear bras all that much. I'm sorry, can you just see now how much of a difference that makes? Like my eye just instantly just looks so much brighter and like lifted and just nice, you know? Anyway, so yeah, I don't really wear bras all that often. However, when I do, like when I have bought bras in the past, like more recently, I've obviously bought them for like more like aesthetically pleasing purposes rather than having it for like an actual purpose. So a lot of the bras that you have seen in my Instagram have been from ASOS. Shocker, I know you're all so surprised that I shop at ASOS. Now I'm going to go in with my Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. A lot of these products are so difficult to say, and if you're to buy anything out of this little beauty routine, then I definitely recommend this powder. I take this powder on like every night out with me, and I just wear it all the time. It's the only powder I find that like it doesn't make you look cakey, and it still kind of makes you look dewy in the places that you still want to look dewy. Does that make sense? So like it doesn't completely conceal the glow, but it still makes you like matte and set in places that you apply it to, so I love that. Next I'm going to go in with my bronzer, and yes, it doesn't have a lid, but yeah, I just go in with a bronzer brush. This is, I'm struggling to speak today, a bronzer brush. Well done, Anna. And this is just from Iconic London. Get a good amount of product onto the brush, tap off the excess and apply it to your face. Okay, so next question is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? How old am I now? 20, so I'll be 25. Well done, Anna. I have absolutely no idea. I'd love to say that I'm still doing the whole like Instagram and YouTube thing, because it's definitely like a career path that I definitely want to stay on and like, I don't know, continue my journey on. So I definitely want to say that I'd still be doing something along those lines, but obviously I've got no idea. And by then I would have finished uni, so hopefully, praying for you, future Anna, that you've got a degree. Yeah, I don't really know. Hopefully like in a job by then. Maybe I've like moved to like London or something. I don't know. Maybe moved in with my boyfriend. Hey Mike, I know you're watching. Where are you from? I should have answered that question at the start. That might have been a bit more helpful. I'm from a little town just outside of Edinburgh, like half an hour outside of Edinburgh, and I've lived here my whole life really. I was born in Glasgow, so I lived in Glasgow for like a year and a bit, and then I moved to the house I'm in now, and I've been here since. And before anyone says anything, I know I don't sound Glaswegian, and I know I don't sound very Scottish. I don't know where it sounds like I'm from. You don't have to tell me that. I've had so many conversations with so many people, and yeah, I've just never really come to the conclusion of where it sounds like I'm from. And I love blush that much that I actually go in with two. This is the NARS blush in Orgasm. Sorry mum, I feel like I've apologised so many times to my mother in this video. I didn't choose the name, they did. Yeah, so the next thing I go in and do is some contouring. This is again another NARS product, and this is in the shade Casino. This is my favourite contouring brush. This is from Morphe. I've used it that much that I actually can't tell what number it is. I think that says R10. Favourite alcoholic drink? Oh god. Recently I have been loving Prosecco, which I'm so surprised by because I only kind of drank Prosecco in like fun occasions. I had this one night in quarantine where you see that bottle just there. I decided to open that all by myself in my room and just get drunk. I know, it's a sad life, Jane. But yeah, and honestly I think after that night I was just like, wow. Okay, next thing I'm going to go in with is my eyebrows. This is the only eyebrow pencil I'll ever use. It's so good. It's the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. And personally, I much prefer like a really thin tip when using like an eyebrow pencil. I don't really like the tapered ends ones. So yeah, I literally just go in and like, I mainly just outline like the underneath of my eyebrow because I feel like that's just what gives that like arch look, and then I like literally go in, outline the arch of my brow and then flick up. And then I go in with the brow gel from Benefit also. This is just a clear brow gel. I much more prefer a clear brow gel than I do to a coloured and pigmented brow gel. Do you ever feel like you'd avoid a trend that you liked because of judgmental people? Because I'd love to sit here and be like, no, I don't care what anyone thinks, I'll do whatever I want. But that's just not the case though, is it? And I feel like if you do think like that, you're lying. Because obviously everyone always thinks about what judgmental people are going to say. However, I feel like from starting this whole Instagram page, it's really taught me that like I really like trying things that not a lot of people do. And I like trying things that I wouldn't usually do. It just makes me feel so good whenever like I've got this like envision of my head of like an outfit that's a bit different, it's not what I usually do, and then I try it on and I like it and I'm like, oh my god, that feels amazing. So in that case I'm just like, no, I don't really care what anyone thinks because I know that I feel good. But I mean, that only happens in like the off occasion, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Obviously the thought of what like judgmental people are gonna say does cross my mind, just like it would for anyone. I feel like, no, not really. Because if you start caring about what other people are going to say all the time, you're never going to do things that you enjoy doing, you know? Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with my bronzer and an eyeshadow brush. And I like to just go in to my crease area and just buff. Favorite YouTubers? Ooh, I feel like I've got different YouTubers who are like for like different reasons, and I feel like that's probably quite like a lot of people. Like I know who I like watching for like fashion content, so like Sarah Ashcroft and Jordan Lipscomb, Delaney Childs. Those are like my 3 favourite people to watch fashion content from. But if I like more like lifestyle-y, fun videos, then I love like Olivia Neal. I know everyone loves her, and I'm a big fan. I love the Nelk Boys. I'm gonna say I love Logan Paul. I love his vlogs, I love his podcast. Yeah, I really like Rachel Leary, Hannah Renee, Madison Sarah, obviously all the social climbers I watch. Yeah, I'm a YouTube freak. Okay, so now this is the point I feel like we've all been waiting for. Eyeliner. I feel like it's so and purely down to the eyeliner that you use and you buy. So the eyeliner that I use is from NYX. This is the Epic Ink Liner, and it is honestly the only eyeliner that I'll ever use for my eyeliner. I said eyeliner way too many times in one sentence. It's honestly so good. The precision that you can get on it, I love like the tip on it. Sorry, Mom. It's nothing compares to this one, and it's only £9. Basically what I'll do first is I like to just draw a line from the corner of the end of my eye towards the end of my eyebrow. Obviously don't join them, just like use that as like a guide. So we'll do that first. And it doesn't matter if it's not that neat because you can clean it up. And then what I like to do is I like to take the end point of the eyebrow. It's not an eyebrow, Anna. The end point of the eyeliner. Have I chipped my tooth? I think I've chipped my tooth. Sorry, Mom. Anyway, moving on. And then what I basically do is I take the end point of the eyeliner and bring it in to like the middle of my eye, and I usually kind of match it in line with my pupil. And try and make the line as like thin as possible. You don't want it big, you don't want it chunky, as thin as possible. And then what I like to do is I just like to go and fill that all in. Oh my god, I needed a blink there. here we go. And obviously everyone's eye is different. If this doesn't suit your eye, it's probably because of the shape of your eye. So I feel like you just kind of have to trial and test it out until it kind of works for the shape of your eye. The next thing I like to go in and do is do some mascara, and whilst we do that, let's answer another question. Holy Grail makeup items. Oh, that is interesting. I feel like that Charlotte Tilbury powder for sure. I think that Milani blush as well, and my eyeliner. Those are like my 3 Holy Grail products. Okay, and then next I like to go in with my lip products. So the lip liner that I love is from Missy Lynn, and I just got this off eBay and it was like £1 or something. But I love the colour of this. I love having like a dark liner and then the gloss in the middle is such a vibe. The next thing I'm using is just this Fenty gloss in Fussy. This is the gloss that I wear in like all my Instagram photos, and it's just unbelievable. Okay, so there we go. That is the finished makeup. This is what I wear every single day. That's how I do my eyeliner. This doesn't really ever change, to be honest. It literally stays like this the majority of the time. And if I ever do end up changing anything, then you'll all be the first to know.